this is something that's great that you can throw in with your regular gear, take it to camp, so that way you have the ability to sharpen your hunting knives right there in camp. Hey guys, Michael Batiste from the Elk Calling Academy, where we help you shorten that learning curve so that you find success faster out in the elk woods. Welcome back to our channel and another gear review. Today I'm going to introduce you to and also do a quick little review of the Wicked Edge Go. So for those of you that may have heard of Wicked Edge, usually they have primarily station type knife sharpeners. The Wicked Edge Go actually takes their sharpening system and puts it into a portable type application, meaning this is something that's great that you can throw in with your regular gear, take it to camp, so that way you have the ability to sharpen your hunting knives right there in camp. So, all right, let's dive into this. Okay, the Wicked Edge Go comes in this neat little travel case that rolls up, clips, nice little handle. Like I said, everything is neat and tight. So with inside, you have everything you need. There is a marker that will explain what that is for. There's a clamp for securing it, your depth gauge, your knife block, and then the unit itself. So for right now, we're gonna go ahead and put this bag off to the side. Now, within this, it has everything you need. The Allen wrench is right here. Both of your rods are right on the front here. So like I said, everything is neat, nice and neat in this portable unit. Now, down in the bottom, you have both of your stones. That right now, this stone setup comes with a 200 and a 600 side. If you notice too, you do have angles, so you can change the angle to your knife, to what angle you like it. Now, yes, it doesn't have micro adjust, so you know, I know my field sharpener that I use for touching up the edge is a 20-degree angle, so this one's great because I can set this to 20 degrees. Now, we're going to talk about that in a minute here once we get everything set up. So, like I said, this is designed that you could use this clamp and secure it. So like if you're at a place that has a picnic table or you have a folding table, you definitely want to use this and clamp it down, because otherwise when you do get into this and start going, this thing's going to rock on you. Now, the set screw that holds your block in, there's two different holes for it. And what this is recommended for is if you are a right-handed person or you're right-handed dominant, you will set this up so that that screw is on the right side, okay? You don't have to sit there and sink and really tighten everything down. So we'll go ahead and get our rod set. We'll get everything set up. So as you can see, it doesn't take much time at all to set this up. But the one thing I like about this is now, because of the guides and these rods, I know that I'm getting a consistent angle on this. Okay, so we have that set. Now, the marker. What is the marker for? So if you're using this for the first time on your knife and you want to know what angle, you can actually take this marker and color the edge of your knife once you have it all set up. And then you can make micro adjustments on this. You start with 20 degrees and you move it one way or another 1 degree to find that perfect angle for your knife and how your knife is sharpened. So since this is not the first time, we're going to go ahead and set that aside. So you take your depth gauge. Now for shallower knives, you just go ahead and you put your depth gauge in that top 2 holes. There are 2 different sets of holes for this depth gauge. You go ahead and you put your knife in and you kind of snug that top one first, and then you go ahead and you snug up the bottom one. Okay, and then we'll come back to the top Tighten it up, and then you remove your depth gauge. Now, this is where I was talking about that you could take that marker and you can go ahead and mark your blade. So, your stones themselves go on these pivots. So as you can see, we have pivot and up and down. So the way the wicked edge system is you come, you lay it flat, and you go forward and up with it. And I'm on the 200 side right now. I'll do about 10 on that side, and then 10 on the other side. So you'll do this, you know, and you can kind of feel it. You can take a look. So you can look to the side. Now, as you notice, when I'm doing this, I'm not putting a ton of pressure on this. Now, once you've done the 200 for a few times, then you can go ahead, turn it around to the 600. And again, I do about 10 strokes each side. Now, with clamping this down, you can see that this unit is really, really secure. Now, obviously, this little table that I'm using has a little bit of movement to it. That's how easy this Wicked Edge Go system is. So imagine the portability, taking this to your camp and having that ability. Now, you know, once you get your hunting knife set, once you get these gauges set and that depth is there, you don't have to move this. And in fact, that's another thing that you could do is you could take that marker and you could just go ahead and make a little line in the front of each of these on both sides. So that way it's set exactly to where you like that knife. You have it set, that's the edge that you like, and play with different edges. But like I said, my field sharpener I know is a 20 degrees, so that's why I set this at that 20-degree mark so that I have that consistency, because the field sharpener out in the field, really all that's for, it's a handheld sharpener. It's just there to touch up the blade while you're working on a bull, or any elk for that matter, bull, cow, buck, doe, deer. I mean, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're using, the field sharpener is just there. Now, I picked this up from Amazon. Normal retail on this is $199, and I will put a link down below in the show notes with the link over to Amazon so you go exactly to this unit. Now, the one thing I did was I went ahead to Amazon and I put this into my cart, and then in my cart, I hit save for later. Now, the neat thing about save for later is now you can track it, because I kind of followed this for a little bit, and then all of a sudden I noticed that the price dropped down to $174. They were doing a sale on it. So I went ahead and picked it up for $174. Like I said, normal retail is $199. Now, once you really kind of get this down, and Wicked Edge has some great tutorial videos on knife sharpening and showing you really how to get the most out of your knife and really get edges that are going to last. So, but this will work on a lot of different style of knives. Now, the one thing I said, depending on how deep the knife is, you will have to make adjustments with this in or out so that you get that angle that you want, and that's where that marker really comes into play. You just put that black mark on the edge, and you just kind of do a few strokes and you keep checking that. Adjust it by 1 degree increments until you get that full face, that full black mark that you put on the edge is gone. It does come with some instructions and kind of some tips on how to sharpen your knife for the first time on the Wicked Edge Go. All in all, I think this is a great system. I've used the Gatco system for years and really did some great edges on the knives over the years, but I was always intrigued by the Wicked Edge. But always the one thing that I wanted was, man, it would be great if that was portable. The Wicked Edge Go allows that. So now you have the ability. Now, depending on how thick your picnic table is or the table that you're using, you may have to get a different clamp that can handle that thickness on it. So just keep those in mind, that there may be some things. So definitely do a test run with this at home first. All in all, I love this system for sharpening my knife. It's quick, it's easy, and I know I'm going to get that consistent edge every time. All right, guys, hopefully that kind of introduces you to the Wicked Edge Go, introduces you to kind of some solutions for sharpening your hunting knives. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. As always, keep calling, keep practicing, but most importantly, have fun. And we'll see you guys on the next video brought to you by Elk Calling Academy.